Hey guys, I'm sorry it's been a while since I posted a video to anything prophetically. Probably been about a year or two, but um, yesterday I had a dream, and the background to the dream, basically my wife and I were looking to move in to St. Mary's, Georgia, and our concern was, my concern was the dreams that people had had in the past of a tsunami coming along the East Coast. And even as soon as we got back from St. Mary's, Georgia, these testimonials of people having dreams of the tsunamis, all the way from Maryland, all the way to Miami, started popping up on our phones. And we got two different YouTube accounts. And so this happened for about a week. And even I would flip over to Facebook and look at Facebook and the reels. One of the reels was a movie. Very first thing it said is "Run from the tsunami." And I don't want to live in fear. I just want to be directed by the Lord. So I said, Lord, all these people have this message, and it could be because we're in some areas, could be because in the past that we've looked at these type of videos and heard these testimonies, and now it's coming up again on YouTube, and they could, they can track you for that, like that, and even Facebook can track you like that if you have that speech, and it'll pick it up. So I'm like, Lord, you got to speak to me. You got to tell me what is going to happen, so that I can protect my family. I'm responsible for my family. I got to hear for myself. So I came home from work. I was exhausted. It was in the middle of the afternoon. I said, I'll just go take a nap. I just fell asleep within 2-3 minutes. And the dream was extremely brief. It was probably 3-4 seconds in total from what I can remember. It was so fast, but I saw that the southern part of Georgia, but it was almost like when you look at the side view of a landmass that's been cut, and you can see the sediments and the angle of the land, and you can see the grass at the top and the sediment, and it's been cut, so you can see that, and I could see the angle, and I knew it was St. Mary's, Florida, where we were the weekend before. And as I looked at that, I saw a silver ball on the side of where the ocean was, and it went inland 5 times and made deep indentations 5 times going up and into this little picture that I saw, almost like a graph, or I don't know, like a graph, but hopefully you understand what I mean. So and at the end of that, I heard, "It's coming." That's what I heard. It's coming. And as a believer following the Lord for 30 years, I've heard his voice many times, but most of the time is that definitely the Lord. It's probably been one time I've heard his audible voice, and this time I knew it wasn't my voice. I knew it wasn't any voice I've heard before, and I sincerely believe it was the voice of the Lord. And it was referring to I knew it was referring to the tsunami, but I couldn't understand the silver ball. So I'm looking and thinking all day about the silver ball. Why, Lord, did you show me a silver ball? And I was reminded of some of the dreams that people dreamt there was an explosion and then the tsunami came. So I thought, well, let me look this up. And I looked up the silver ball or spear, whatever you want to call it. Not a spear like an assegai, but a spear like a round ball. And it was specifically, the color was silver now. It was, and the very first thing that comes up is demon atom. It was used, this little ball was used for the very first atomic bomb. So I believe the Lord was showing me, and if I'm wrong, forgive me. You can test it, you can bring it to the Lord. I don't care what you do with it. This is what he showed me. But if I don't show you, if I don't tell you, then your blood is on my hands if something's happens. And it was a dream. I am not big in prophetic dreaming. I'm more big on when I see you face to face and I talk to you, and the Lord gives me a word or vision while I'm standing right next to you or on the phone or whatever. But dreams, I'm not, maybe I'm getting old, so your old men will dream dreams. So weigh this out. But I believe what I saw was he was showing me in a very different way how, and atomic bomb will cause a tsunami and it will go inland. And it didn't go too far, but it went far enough to cause damage. Like I said, and I don't even understand why he showed me there were 5 indentations into the ground as it was going up further and further inland. And I don't have the interpretation for that, but all I know is that when I saw the picture, when I looked it up, I Googled it, and I saw the picture of the spear. I'm like, that's what I saw in my dream. And it was very different from everyone else's dream. If I fell asleep and I just saw a wave coming in and then retracting, I would have gone, well, you know what? My wife and I have been talking about that, and it's just a dream, and I would have dismissed it. But the fact that I saw something which I didn't understand quite, and was done very much as if I was in school, looking at a map and looking at the side view of the land and how this indentation happens, and it happens so fast. And then I heard it's coming, and I knew as I was seeing this that it was a tsunami. For me, it's just, I'm almost a skeptical person. So the way he spoke to me was, and I'm very careful to, is that emotional? Is that an emotional word, or is that from the Lord, or is this just, what is that? What is, trying to analytically look at a word and measure it and weigh it and say, is this from the Lord or not? And that for me was, wow, the way he spoke to me was for me personally, and it's how I would have not really questioned, is this really from the Lord? So sorry, got my music on my earphones, but I encourage you, if you don't believe this from the Lord, I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care if you want to judge me. Please don't send me hate mail. I don't need it. I won't look at it. I won't read it. But just think about it. Is there a possibility that a tsunami will come? Is it a possibility that it'll be set off by an atomic explosion? Since then, we've done some research and we've found that the Russians do have an atomic bomb that will cause a tsunami, and very scary stuff. And at this time, they don't know where it is. They don't know where the submarine that is carrying this specific bomb. And many people are having dreams of this. I mean, as we left St. Mary, like I said, the very next day, someone that was in Florida at the exact same time, because we crossed the Florida line, went to Florida, someone that was living in Florida left Florida when they heard the same thing from the Lord. And they were visiting Florida at the same time. And I love Florida. I love the beach. I love the ocean. I want to go back. It's very tough for me. I grew up by the ocean. I grew up in the ocean, surfing every day. Every second that I could, I would be on the beach or in the ocean. So it's very tough, this word, for me. And I don't want to see anyone hurt. And there's a lot behind it, more behind it. And so take this word, weigh this word. If you live on the east coast of the United States, please be praying, Lord, do you want me to stay here or do you want me to go? He may want you to stay here. He may want you to reach people there. And I don't know when it's going to happen. He did not tell me when it's going to happen. It could be in 10 years. It could be in 100 years. It could be tomorrow. I don't know. But I needed to share this word and what I saw.